So is it not possible that DPR may have had its figures straight, and between DPR and NNPC that remits to government, there's a discrepancy that requires that an investigation take place?
Very well, you have rightly said it. And that is why we're saying, if there are discrepancies between the DPR and the NNPC, what the DPR submitted, what the LNG submitted, and what NNPC is bringing out, can we check it? And we are saying, we are checking, but we're not ready yet. Let's get this straight.
So that's the crux of the matter.
That's the crux of the matter. We are not ready. This report is not ready yet. The figures are not verified yet, which a paragraph of the report says.
Some of the figures.
If some of the
not
figures,
all.
just a minute, if some of the figures are not ready, why then don't we submit an interim report? Why do we submit a final report?
Yeah, but you say all of them are not ready. But from what you read, it said some.
Listen.
Isn't it what you read?
Listen to me. If they say themselves that some are not verifiable, how do I start knowing which ones are verifiable?
Did you say verifiable?
Or which ones are verified?
Did you say verifiable or has not been verified?
Has not been verified. How do I know which one has been verified and which one has not been verified?
Have you read through the report?
I've gone through the report. They didn't say it.
Was that why it had only 2 signatures?
Only 2 signatures. That's why all the members. Remember, I told you how many members make up this committee. If only 2 signed and the other members, 20-something members, refused to sign, doesn't that tell you something?
Did they refuse to sign? Only one person took a disclaimer that you read. You were the one that read that. Said only one person took a disclaimer.
Maybe the others chose not to, but have they signed?
Is it not possible that they all agreed that these 2 should sign on their behalf?
Well, maybe we should see
if a 26-man committee sit.
Can I tell you something?
If we have a 26-man panel,
no,
26,
Let's get this straight. The process of committee reporting clearly defines it. If a report is being produced on my behalf, my signature must be there. Who set up the process? The reporting process. I told you I'm a process person. If I set up a committee to do me a report, I expect every member of that committee, because there's what we call the signature page, where everybody is expected to sign. This does not contain a signature page. That is the only way I can know, or anybody can prove, that every member of this committee agreed to this report. The signature page is not there.
Does everybody have to agree on the report? We
all don't have to agree.
Okay.
But can I tell you something? If it comes to issues of producing facts, if you are not agreeing, you must state the areas you don't agree.
No, but you just said it that you all do not have to agree. That's established.
That's why I said you must establish the area you don't agree with.
So
now,
why doesn't
the signature page
establish the areas they don't agree with and then let the government eventually deal with it?
Remember, I said one thing. I said key members of the committee said, some members said, we have not concluded this assignment.
Some members.
We keep forgetting that fact.
Mr Oronsanye and Bernard Oti?
Oti, yes.
Who were members.
Ikoli also said
on
it.
the board
Oti said it. Ikoli signed SAN.
3 out of
3, yes. If the others are not talking, I need to know why. Or we need to know why.
Have you heard Mr. Odisa?
Have you had anybody telling you that they agreed apart from Nuhu Ribadu?
Have you heard of Agbakoba's statement? Have you read Agbakoba's statement?
No, I haven't. What did he say? I haven't.
Well, he also said the report should be implemented. He's okay with the report.
Well, he stands to his own opinion.
So we still come back to the same thing.
You have said it. I haven't read it.
3 people out of 26 have spoken in disagreement.
I haven't read it.
Of the other 23, only one person has spoken that it's okay.
I haven't read I haven't read Olisa Agbakoba's comment. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, but that's what
you're telling me now. Just like you're trying to say, how do you prove that the reports I have or the minutes I have are true? I don't know. I've not heard it.
Okay,
I've not been briefed.
So on that ground, we can question. You know that.
You question it.
Because in looking at the minutes there, you could see at the corner. I think I got an online copy of it, and I saw they amended. So who amended those minutes?
Yeah.
Who amended? Well, we need to ask the secretary.
No, but you have.
Amended. Which of them do you have that says amended?
You didn't ask, and you're quoting it.
No, which of them do you have that says amended? Of which the minutes of which day?
The ones you
said it's all one now that says amended.
There's a new argument just opened up by you. Perhaps I think members of the committee should also speak up and let us in on what exactly has happened. Perhaps maybe they all agreed and said, well, the chairman and the secretary should sign on their behalf.
The fact nobody has spoken. Nobody has really come to tell us we agree, or just like he's telling me, Alisa Agbakuba said, I haven't seen it. Just the other members need to speak up. Because it doesn't look like 2 or 3 people are just trying to discredit a report. Please, let me tell you this. None of them have said this report is trash. None of them have said this report should be thrown down the drain. They have only said we have not finished our assignment. At best, this report should be an interim report going by the terms of reference. I don't know why anybody's not talking about that.
Have they written
the terms of reference? The terms of reference say they should submit a final report. I don't read it to you. Why are you not doing? Let's dwell on that.
Have they?
It says
hold on. Have they written to the president to say that they are not ready or they have not finished, even though that has been submitted?
Can I ask you? Can I tell you something?
No, respond first before you tell me something.
I'm not privy to that. I'm not sure. I'm
In
not
other
sure
words,
if they have.
They haven't.
I'm not sure if they have.
So
I'm not sure. I can't talk about that.
If they haven't done that,
yes,
why should we assume that they are not ready or they have not submitted or they should not have submitted because one person said so?
Can I tell you something? At the point they were told to submit the report, it was the minister they were going to submit the report to, from what I heard. Because the minister is the one that inaugurated the committee, not the president.
Are you saying the president was overreaching his bounds?
I'm not saying that. The first report that was
What's
leaked,
your point?
that was the first, just a minute, the president could of course call for the report. He could.
Yeah, so what
He
you doing?
could. Just a minute. The first report that was submitted to the honorable minister, that's the one we have in the public domain, submitted to the minister. Remember I said we have 2 reports. Submitted to the minister.
So when we talk about 2 reports, are we talking about different reports?
We're talking about different reports now. This is another one.
Different from the one submitted to the minister?
Different. I remember somebody said they are the same.
A minute. It carries the same signature from the same chairman and the same secretary?
From the same, but then I'll give you an example. But the letters, the copy letters are different. If you look at the one that was submitted in August, this is it. If you look at the one that was submitted to the president, the copy letter, of course, is different significantly because there's this disclaimer paragraph that is not in the August report.
Was the August report submitted to the president?
This was the one that went to Reuters. It was not submitted to the president.
And that was the same one that went to the minister?
Draft.
This does not say draft. This says final report.
The minister said it was a draft.
The minister said so. Well, this says final report.
Yeah, but the minister said it was a draft.
The minister didn't submit the report. Didn't write the report. The people that wrote the report claims final report.
Yeah, but the person they submitted to said it was a draft.
See, are you reading what you have there? It says submitted to the honorable minister.
Final report.
Hold on. Submitted to the honorable
minister.
Okay.
Exactly. Final report.
But she said it's a draft because the government still has input.
I'm reading.
Did you hear what the minister said that it was a draft?
Listen, I'm reading what was submitted.
Did you hear the minister say it was a draft?
She said a draft.
So why do you believe
I'm reading what every Nigerian had access to.
Let me ask you a question.
Final report.
Why would they be writing a different copy for the president and a different one for the minister? What do you think was... let's try and see if we can get into the minds of some of these people. Do you think there was an incomplete assignment at the time they submitted to the minister and, they had more time between August and the time they submitted to the president and they finally put all the new facts together?
No. They still claimed in the report they finally submitted that they still had no time. So what they could have done at that point was to ask for an extension of time. That the terms of reference tells us to submit monthly reports. In view of that, I want to stand as a member of the committee in quotes that give us more time. We've submitted one report, which you are reviewing, in quotes again. The report we are going to submit now should still be a follow-up to that report because we're expected to submit monthly reports. The terms of reference as contained in item 6 had been completely jettisoned to bring up a final report, which is what everybody's saying.
As an expert.
Why rush to submit a final report when you have not finished the assignment?